What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as you tune in and check out the content. With that being said, man, I want to got a few things to say about LeBron James regarding these comments that Collin Cowherd made about LeBron James and how LeBron James playing with Luka is not really a good mix, right? If if you have Luka on the court, because both of these guys are not really good defensive players at all. They play poor defense. So if you got Luka on the court by himself without LeBron James, then you need to surround Luka with defensive, a lot of good defensive players, right? Just like the 76ers did with Allen Iverson when Allen Iverson was leading us, the Sixers. He basically had four defenders around him, and then he took care of the scoring. So I do believe that the Lakers with Luka eventually can get to a championship. I don't know if they'll be able to win a championship, but I think they'll probably be able to, have some success with Luka. So with that being said, with both of these guys on the court at the same time, like you can't hide two of the worst defensive ball players in the league. It's just too hard to do. Even if you put three defenders out there with those guys, it's just so hard to do. These guys right here, LeBron is old. Luka is not really all that, he's not interested in playing defense. So, you can't hide him. And I was listening to Collin Cowherd. Well, I got a clip of Collin Cowherd and what he had to say about this. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this clip, and then I'm gonna come back and add to what Collin Cowherd said about Luka and LeBron both playing together.
They're 29 and 19. LeBron's 41, and when he and Luka are on the court together this season, they're on minus 70. They can't play together. Why? Because something I've been shouting from the beginning of the season. Do not be fooled by the Lakers. I saw a stat this morning. Do you know who the three slowest defensive players in the league are? James Harden is number one. Do you know who number two is? LeBron. You know who number three is? Luka. In the entire league, they have two of the three slowest players. It's roster construction. They just keep adding players who are not athletic, fast, quick, and can defend.
All right. So I believe that's true. Now, so just think about this. Now, James Harden was in that mix too, right? So you got LeBron, Luka, and James Harden. Like they are the three worst defensive basketball players in the league. And just think about this: James Harden just went to they just traded him to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and there's a good chance that LeBron James will end up next season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So again, you'll have LeBron James teaming up with somebody that's really good on offense, but not good at all on the defense, right? And so I think that, a lot of people seem to be under the impression that that they're going to try to put a winning team around LeBron James so he can go out, next year with with a championship or within the next 2 years. I disagree with that because I think that if you were able to attract the kind of talent that it would take to put LeBron James in a position to win, then why not do that in LA? They can go to Cleveland with James Harden and LeBron on the same team. And I can't think of anybody that you can bring unless you bring Wembyamba, or unless you bring SGA, or you bring somebody like Cade Cunningham, which none of those guys are going to come there, right? So I think that, that theory is just blown out of the water because I don't think anybody that has a chance to win a championship is going to want to go and team up with LeBron James and James Harden. I just don't think that's accurate, right? I think what the real play is for next year for the Cleveland Cavaliers is to market LeBron James going out, like this is going to be his farewell tour, and they're going to make a lot of money off of that. his farewell tour. It's so him going to Cleveland is not about winning. They might say that up front, but like I said, like Detroit is going to be too good. I don't see it, Oklahoma, the Spurs, then you got the Celtics. Who else? So it's they might have a decent team next year, but I don't think Cleveland is going to be in a position where as though they're going to be even able to get out of the East, man, because New York is still going to be good. Detroit is really good. Boston, it's not going to be easy. And the guy Tatum will probably be back next year for Boston, which Boston, in my opinion, like they third this year without Tatum, right? So they haven't even seemed like they has missed a step without Tatum. So yeah, it's not about next year. Is not for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's not going to be about trying to get another ring for LeBron James because it like I said, if they were interested in putting a team around LeBron James, then why wouldn't Harden go to LA? Why Harden go to the Lakers? I mean, he's still one of the third slowest defenders in the league. Or bring somebody to LA that will help LeBron and Luka get a championship. You can't do that because LeBron James at this point in his career, and he is stat padding, but he don't affect winning at all. Like the other things that he need to do on the court to help a team win, he can't do at his age, right? So, and nor can James Harden. So the best chance I would think if LeBron James was the best chance of winning anything would be with Luka, but they don't have enough defenders around him, and LeBron James not playing hard enough to even help Luka, put him in a position to win. So going to Cleveland for LeBron James is all about selling his farewell tour. That's what that's going to be all about. And so when Collin Cowherd just mentioned like those are the three worst defenders in the league, how are you going to win something when you number 1, 2, and 3 in as far as poor defense is concerned? I don't see how you can win. So for anybody who thinks that next year will be about getting LeBron James a ring in Cleveland, if he can't do it in LA, he definitely not going to be able to do it in Cleveland. Even though people are going to say, well, he's coming out of the East. See, and that's something that they're going to say to sell the fans. Be like, oh yeah, he got a good chance of coming out of the East. But when poor defense is poor defense, and it don't matter if you playing in the East or if you playing in the West. If you are a poor defender, then you're just a poor defender because you're still going up against professional basketball players. So it's not about winning a championship. It's about this Cleveland team is just going to try to capitalize on the fact that this is LeBron James. This is his farewell tour. So it'll be LeBron James, Bronny James, what's the guy name? James Harden, and whoever else they have, on the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it won't be about winning over there. It just will be about, farewell. And that's about it. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, with that being said, man, don't forget to leave a comment, and I'm going to check you all out in the next video. Peace.